Hello everyone, welcome back to another one of these videos where we talk about life and self-improvement and mental health, physical health, spiritual health, all these things, and we play Minecraft together. And so if this video helps you, please consider subscribing and following along and watching other videos because they may help you as well. And so also leave a comment, share your story, share how you're feeling, how you're doing, how your day is going, how your life is going. Share something, a story related to this video topic, and I'll respond to you. And I don't know, if you want advice, I'll give you advice. If you want to know my experience or whatever, I have a Discord channel linked in the description below. And so if that interests you and you want to be with like-minded people who are interested in these things, then consider joining that as well. And so I hope you guys are doing hope you guys are having a good day. In this video, we're going to be talking about something that I think is very important, and that is internal motivation or internal validation versus, I guess, internal validation over external validation. And so you can probably already kind of assume what that is about. External validation, internal motivation, external motivation. So internal comes from within, external comes from the outside or an outside source. And external validation is instant gratification in nature. And so it might feel good in the moment and it might feel like very motivating in the moment and helpful, but in the long term it will destroy you mentally. It will destroy you in your goals and your purpose and your true life purpose, and it'll destroy you in your success. You might get a burst of success or a burst of motivation, but in the long term it's just gonna die out. And you don't want to be that guy, because the person who doesn't quit is the one who is successful and is happy in life, and that does well. Now, there's no point in having a short burst of motivation or short burst of success if it's not long lasting, because it's just going to go away, and then what? And so we have to be delayed gratification minded about this. And so the delayed gratification version is internal motivation. So instead of being motivated and validated by other people, you are validated and motivated by yourself, your own goals, your own purpose, your own what you want out of life. And so there's a couple things I want to bring up, because internal motivation is so important. I promise you, if you are internally motivated, you will achieve your goals so much better than, and so much you'll just have a higher success rate in life and in your goals and what you want to do than if you are externally motivated. And so I want you to do a quick visualization, and perhaps if you really want to take the time, which I suggest you do, consider whipping out a journal or a piece of paper and writing this down, and just ask yourself, is there anything that is externally motivated in my life? Is there anything I'm externally motivated by? Maybe my parents are wanting me to be an engineer or a doctor, and so I'm going to be an engineer or a doctor because of that. And that might sound like a good thing, but even if it sounds good, just write it down. And maybe I am cussing a lot. Maybe I'm swearing a lot. Maybe I'm listening to degenerate music that's like ruining my soul because it's just so dark and degenerate and dirty. Maybe I'm listening to that music because, and talking in that way, because of other people and because of some other outside influence, which might be friends, it might be school, it might be people your age, it might be influencers. Whatever it is, something outside is influencing you. Now, journal about that, think about that, and see how many things you can come up with. Just keep writing until you have absolutely nothing else in your mind on what you would be externally motivated by. And so find those things, think about them, and this self-awareness is really good. I definitely suggest you do this, because even if it's not a problem, or even if you don't think it's a problem in your life that you're externally motivated, I still think you should write it down just so you're self-aware of these things. That's just a golden rule for anything in self-improvement. And so and so when you are externally motivated, you are going to be doing things that look good but aren't actually good, and you'll also often do things just to look good. And so when nobody's watching, you don't put in the work, or you don't try, or you don't work really hard at something. And so, for example, Um, you might work really hard when somebody's watching, but if somebody's not watching or if you're not around, then you don't try. And so maybe you have a girlfriend. Anytime you're around your girlfriend, you try really hard and you're very on self improvement and you're very motivated and disciplined and you're going to the gym, but then when she's not around, you're not. And this is not good. So we need to be motivated by ourselves rather than by other people. And that's really hard to do in a day of age that is very social media oriented, because if we're not posting it on social media, what's the point in doing it? But here's the trick. This is the thing that you need to know and understand right now. And that's that if you are internally motivated and you do the habits internally motivated, if you're doing the good habits and the discipline, if you're doing those things by your own motivation inside of you, you will end up being better. And so if you're externally motivated, and this is the thing about external motivation, if you're externally motivated, you are going to make less progress than the internally motivated person. And so because you're making less progress, in the long term you will actually seem less cool and less of a less people will be less proud of your achievements. People will be less interested in you. People will ignore you more. People won't even consider you. People will not respect you as much. And so if you're searching for these things by external means, if you're externally motivated by these things, then you need to think about it and really realize, wait, if I want these things to be better, if I want to be respected and loved, which these should be unconditional. Well, love should be unconditional, maybe not respect, but love. If you want these things, then it's better to be internally motivated, because then you will actually do these things even when you don't want to, even when nobody's watching, and then in the long term you will be better overall. But if you're externally motivated, you are not going to be better because you're just not putting in the work. And so at the end of the day, you're less respected, less loved, less appreciated, less attention is on you. And so just a little thing to note, especially in social media in this day and age in social media, a big thing is posting. Oftentimes we post our progress, or we talk about our goals, or we talk about what we want to do, our purpose, our work. And these things are okay. I understand doing these things, but the problem with that is it gives a false sense of success. It gives a false sense of achievement, and then you're not going to do the things in secret and the things privately when nobody's watching, because you just posted on social media that you did these things, or you want to do these things, and so you feel like you've already done those things. And so that's the thing. It's just no matter what, do not post that you're going to the gym on social media. Do not post that because what's the point? You can either let the results show for themselves, and the next time you see those people in person, they'll see you as buff and strong and healthy. You can either wait for that, or you can show them right now that you want to go to the gym and that you're going to the gym and you just got a gym membership and you're benching and you're doing good and your lifts are going up. But then the next day you skip the gym because you were externally motivated, and there's no need to go to the gym because you just posted that you're at the gym and you're disciplining yourself and you're growing. You're going to be less motivated to go to the gym now than if you were to not post and want people to see you as strong and buff. So it gives this false sense of achievement, and that is not good for our progress in our lives and in our self-improvement journeys and in our purpose. And so we have to avoid this at all costs. And so I know I didn't do an amazing job explaining that. This video is not scripted, but I do want to say this is something to keep watch for and to just think about, and that's that it's really important that you're internally motivated in all things. So in the gym, internal motivation, in your day-to-day life, just internally motivated. And so if you're not internally motivated, you're not going to do the things that are going to help you, like meditation or journaling, or even bigger things like going to the gym or working hard and building a business and building a gig and doing side gigs and working really hard. Even the big things like that, you're going to start to neglect the more you're externally motivated and externally validated. and validated by external means. And so we want to be internally motivated in all things, and in that way we'll be more successful and we'll be happier, because we're going to be doing the habits that make us happier, and not just doing them to look good. We're going to be doing them consistently because they make us feel better and make us just better people overall. And so keep this in mind. It is very important that we do that. Um, External motivation can be good for short bursts of motivation. That's why it's important to have brotherhood and to have friends, because you get that short burst of motivation, and that's awesome, but we can't rely on that. We have to be internally motivated on a baseline, consistent, regular level. And so, with that being said, that's all I have for you guys in this one. I love you all, and for other videos. And so, with that being said, I will see you all in the next one. Peace.